¿Qué lo que hay, mi gente? Welcome back to Two Drinks and a Ting. I'm your teen Nathalia.
My name's Lauren.
And we back, bitch. Before we begin, what is a pod without any alky? Today's drink is cranberry mimosas. Never had it.
Cheers.
Trying not to spill nothing, sis.
We filled it to the brim.
Ooh, that bitch is good too. Ooh. I'm not a champagne drinker.
Love champagne.
I only do it with the mimosas or whatever.
No, being champagne drunk is like so much fun.
It's a light drunk.
8 glasses of champagne, you're just laughing, cackling. I remember when I went to France and I was with my sister, and we after our champagne tour, we were just running around, laughing, like dancing and shit. It's just fun. Like it's no bad vibes.
I remember, have you ever been to Earl's in the Millennium Mall?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so there's this brunch place back when COVID...
Oh, I've heard of it.
Back when COVID was brand new and they had just lifted a lot of the restrictions. Me and my friend, we met up at Earl's. They had bottomless mimosas.
Right.
Bitch, mimosas are so fucking dangerous because me and him... taking shots in the parking lot. I was literally like in my car throwing up over, and he threw up in the bathroom before we left.
I have a mimosa story. One time, me, Eric, Reagan, I think Josh, I don't know if anybody else came, but we went to Graffiti Junction and I forgot my ID.
I was there.
You were there?
Me and Precious.
Okay. Yes, you and Precious were there. Okay.
Yeah.
And I forgot my ID.
Oh my God, we were sneaking you drinks.
I was drinking mimosas under the table, and the waitress kept coming up to us and being like, you know, you can just order mimosas. And I was like, I'm not drinking. And I was fucked up. We were through the streets of downtown Orlando, like laying on the ground afterwards. Oh my God. Me and Reagan had a whole photo shoot in the middle of the street.
So good. Remember me and you were chilling and stuff like that? This is when you had your apartment on Winter Park.
Yeah.
And Eric was supposed to come through and he just didn't. This motherfucker was like texting.
He was drunk off the mimosas.
He was drunk again.
Running through downtown, like literally running. Like we were tracking his location and he was in the lake. He was in Lake Underhill and he started downtown on Lake Eola.
If you're from Orlando, you know that's a long fucking walk.
And then he calls us, I'm getting Chipotle. And we're like, bitch, we've been worried about you.
Where the fuck are you at? Why are you not answering your fucking phone call?
Yeah, but we had a good time. We went to Agave Azul, got some drinks.
We did. We were somewhat preoccupied with him, but then also he was with like one of his other friends that were like, okay, that's your problem.
Yeah, he kept trying to get us to go there. And I was like, I'm not in the mood. Mimosa mood.
So before we begin today, on HBO, there's a new series. It's limited right now. It's called Love and Death.
Okay.
With Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay.
Have you seen like previews, trailers, something like that? Girl, it's set in the 1970s, early 1980s.
Okay.
And Elizabeth Olsen is the main character, and she's in Texas. She's a housewife, and she's very involved in her church and whatnot. She finds out something within her ministry, and that kind of like sets her mind on tilt, and she wants to have an affair with her friend's husband.
What?
Yeah. So I'm saying this because it's in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. She basically tells the friend's husband, I don't know what his name is, but he's played. Did you used to watch Friday Night Lights?
No.
Fuck. Mm-mm. Did you watch Battleship?
Nope.
I think it's like Jesse, not Palmer, Plemons, this cat.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actor who plays is Jesse Plemons. She has an affair with him, and it's just weird because they treat it as if it's a business arrangement. She's like, so I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about you for a while, and I really want to have an affair with you. He's just like standoffish for a bit because he loves his wife, and his wife is pregnant currently. She's just like, okay, we'll think about it, and then it just goes from there. The premiere, they drop their first 3 episodes, and then after that, it's a weekly drop and stuff like that. The first 3 episodes are wild.
Really?
It's so good. Highly suggest you watch it. If anyone's watching it too, drop that bitch down. because we're about to get into it. But yes, you should definitely watch it.
That reminds me of this new Netflix show called Obsession. It's about I haven't watched the trailer, so I don't want to release any information. I just started watching the show.
Obsession.
It just came out. I've started watching a couple of the episodes, but same kind of like vibes. Like,
you said Netflix?
Netflix.
Okay.
It's I think this was in the trailer. I'm just gonna say it. Spoiler alert. So if you're watching it, don't pay attention.
Everything's gonna be a spoiler for me. I've never seen the trailer before.
So the dad is having an affair with his son's fiance. Like he starts anyway.
Okay,
I'll watch it. It's good.
Watch it. That sounds fun.
It's some kind of like thriller. Like I don't know if the other one you're describing is much of a thriller, but this one's kind of like a little bit like that.
It's kind of plays on the suspense. But the thing is, she's not hiding it. She's told two people that she told two people before she told him that she wanted to have an affair with him. She told her pastor and she told her best friend. And then the pastor said something that was interesting. She was like, "You're only telling me this so I can tell you not to do it, or because you want my feedback from it. And I'm telling you it's going to end badly." So it's like, she's keeping it a secret from her husband and from his wife or whatever. Right. This person's not hiding it. She's just in plain days. They meet during his lunch, fuck in a motel or whatever, but they're not hiding. So, but then again, it's because of the time. It's 1970s, late 1970s, early 1980s. Being faithful
Times
was
different.
Being faithful was a rage back in the day, you know? So I don't know.
It was the rage. It's not the rage anymore.
Never again. They found out. Are you religious?
No.
Okay. Would you date someone who's religious?
I have.
How did that? Well, I'm assuming it didn't work out because
it did not work out because of religious differences. I guess as a person, you have to decide. My parents are both polar opposite religious. Like my dad is not religious, very not religious, and my mom is Catholic. She was raised Catholic.
Okay.
I feel like you have to make the choice that you're okay with somebody's religion. I don't know that I was not okay with their religion. Like they could be whatever they wanted to be, but I don't know if I wanted to raise my kids like that and stuff like that.
Was the person really involved in church?
No.
Okay. That's what I mean. Like, would you date someone who was very involved, very religious?
No.
Like,
sorry.
Yeah.
Not my thing. I don't want to be doing youth groups and shit on the weekend.
Bible studies on the fucking weeknight after work.
Sorry.
Like a look like bitch.
I got friends that, do that stuff, but I couldn't
friends,
date somebody.
But I wouldn't be able to have a partner like that because to me,
I wouldn't want to spend my time doing those things.
Yeah, I don't want to spend my time with doing that type of sorts because I don't know if I said anything on here, but when I was right out of high school, I had as everyone else does, an identity crisis. My friend Nathalia, she was a Pentecostal church. And at that time, she was kind of searching for herself as well. And we were testing out churches. I felt like I needed to be in a church and be very participating. And there were religion organizations, stuff like that, go. When I say felt so weird and a heavy dose of imposter syndrome, it was so real. I felt weird because in one of the we went to a youth group, which is of course 18 to 25-year-olds or whatever. So it was pretty chill. It wasn't so going to an actual church session. It was kind of a light church. Girl, when these people were singing and having their eyes closed, engaged,
you just felt like I'm lying.
As if you're seeing a picture, I'm sitting there, eyes open, what lying. The fuck am I in?
Yeah.
I felt like I was in a cult.
Right.
Ain't gonna lie. And it was because that's not what
religion
I am.
can be beautiful though. I had a friend growing up who was Iranian and she would take me to mosque with her, and it was one of my best experiences as a child are those memories because it was beautiful. It was exciting. It was beautiful. Everybody was gorgeous. The food was beautiful. Full. The place was beautiful. What they were doing was beautiful. The language was beautiful.
No, don't get me wrong. Religion,
it can be really beautiful.
Can be beautiful, but me at that point, I was
Christianity can get a little culty though. Especially like these big churches in Orlando, like Faith Assembly and stuff like that. It was
Faith Assembly.
Exactly. Oh, girl. Okay.
But my thing was like, it had nothing to do with the church and had nothing to do with the people. Nothing. It was literally just me. I felt fake. Like I was forcing myself because here my friend is crying, singing, talking, and connecting with the Lord. And I'm just sitting here like, you guys are weird. But again, that's just a me thing. I'm not in
That's just who you are.
Yes. But
we have to be true to ourselves. We all believe in different things. And
exactly.
Some people don't need religion to be their moral compass. And I'm not saying that people that do use religion are only using it for their moral compass. But I think people like me and you that do go to church and feel imposter syndrome are trying to use it for that idea, and that's why it doesn't work. I
thought at that time that was my only connection with the Lord and stuff like that. But in that time frame, I was saying like, oh, I'm gonna start going to church. I'm gonna change my life and things like that. I'm good.
Girl, there was probably nothing wrong with your life.
It really, at this point, as I sit and think, there's literally nothing. It was just me coming out of high school, getting into my own. I was working.
See, I
had
was in the opposite in high school. I was like, freedom! See, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Finally, and I was balls to the walls, never home. Always traveling around Florida, doing different shit with my friends.
Never me.
Never in Orlando. The minute I turned 18, I was in Tampa, Miami, Gainesville, South Florida, Boca. I was not in Orlando.
Must be fucking nice, bitch.
I was
not
just
me.
doing shit with my friends. Stuff that you shouldn't be doing.
But that's the thing. You had friends to do that. All my friends were trying to start a career, trying to start their education and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I didn't have good friends though. You really still have those friends now to this day. I don't have those friends, so
they were right for the period.
I had good experiences.
They were right for your period.
I had the best. Yeah, exactly.
The chapter you were living in. So I thought I was like, I literally was talking to the Lord. I was like, send me a godly man. I need someone. I need my husband. Send me him. He fucking did. That night when me and her went to a Bible study, there were two guys there. One of them I knew from when I went to 6th grade. I was in a Lutheran school, and I remembered him. I was like, "Is that you?" And he was like, "Hey, girl, like, hi." And then another one, he was like in the back. His name was Will. I'm only going to speak about Will because he was my connection. He was the guy that I asked for that I knew I did not want. So he was very into church. He was much older than I was. He was everything I asked: a godly man, older, ready for marriage. That scared the fuck out of me. And I figured out right then and there, this is not me. God, you can take him back. I don't need it. I felt very pressured. This man was
trying to marry you?
Yeah, he was trying to get real serious with me, and I was just not feeling it. And
when I was that age, I literally broke up with my boyfriend because I did not want to be held down to anybody.
Yeah, but at that age, I don't know why, but I was fixated on the high school sweetheart or the college sweetheart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like those stupid ideas that you think, and then you realize later on, like, I can do whatever I want to do with my life.
Exactly. So
I don't have to marry the first person that I meet.
I don't have to get married out of college.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, so, exactly.
I don't regret that path because literally, to me, sitting back and thinking of my friendship with Natalie, because I say it all the time, she's more than just a friend. She's literally my sister. Mm-hmm. That was the point that we got stronger. We built a tighter bond. So I know he was a purpose in our chapter, but it wasn't a purpose for me and him. Right. But I knew right then and there, I couldn't date someone who was overly active inside the church because that's not my life and we can't live two separate lives. It's just not doable for the type of relationship I want. I'm not saying I want to be on your dick every 24 seconds. Because I feel like I would be able to date someone who went to church on a Sunday. I'm not going to go
I'd
with
be
you.
able to date somebody that went to church on Easter and Christmas, and that's about it. That's all I got in me. Baptisms, I guess I would do too. If I had a kid and they wanted them to be baptized, I guess. But I'm not doing all that stuff.
I don't mind going to church events. Like if my friend wants to go, like let's say Natalie has her kid. If she says, "Oh, I'm gonna baptize my kid,"
yeah, I would go.
Do you want to come?
I'm talking about my own kid personally, though. I don't know if I had the decision if I would want my kid to get baptized, but I guess that's something that I would be okay with because religion isn't important to me, so that doesn't really have any significance to me. Mm-hmm. If my partner, it had significance to them, I guess I could respect that. Mm-hmm. But I'd really only want to go to church for stuff like that. I don't.
Yeah, waking up
want to spend my time. And it's not even that. Like, I'm an adult
for 3 hours,
and this is my life, and I get to choose what I want to do, and that is not one of them. I remember my dad grew up Baptist, ironically, and his grandfather had a church and was a preacher, and those Baptist funerals and Sunday churches are just. I mean, people are literally falling on the ground and shit.
The Holy Ghost?
Like, the Holy Ghost. Like, and you're in there for 4 hours. And I'm like, Mom, I'm hungry. Can we go?
I grew up Catholic. So I remember we stopped going to church when I was 6 years old. So the only memory I have is the cute dresses, floral, white stockings. And then I would get lemonade and donuts afterwards.
Yeah, I was not. My sister got baptized. And my dad, he did not want me to get baptized. And he didn't want me involved in going to church. So I didn't.
I don't think being an atheist is uncommon nowadays.
It's not, but people will still judge you for it. Just like they'll judge you for being Jewish.
Oh.
Or being Muslim.
I don't understand
I don't understand anti-Semitism.
Me neither.
I do not. And as a person that has... One of my best friends is Jewish. Noah's one of my best friends. And I just can't conceivably understand how... Like, he's a phenomenal person. I just don't get it. I just don't get how in this day and age you can be prejudiced towards anybody. We have to understand like that we could have been born into anybody else's shoes. Mm-hmm. And when we're voting and when we're doing things and when we're applying anything like that, we have to be mindful of the fact that we're all humans. Yeah. And that we could be in anybody else's shoes. That's just how I feel. So I can't understand how you can be anti-Semitic or hate gay racist people. Or homophobic. I don't get it because you could have been born gay or you could have been born Jewish or you could have been born Muslim. Like anybody could be born anything. You don't have any control over who you are.
I don't understand the trend of not minding your business.
Exactly. Let's all mind our business more.
Exactly. Because literally, if you don't give a fuck what everybody else does, like literally, if you mind your business and you didn't give a fuck or felt the need to interject your opinion on how someone else lives their life, half the shit that's going on in the world wouldn't be fucking going on in the world right now.
Right. Exactly.
It baffles me, especially like people who just go out of their way to be cruel. It's like, what does this do for you?
What does it do for you? It's internalized hate. That's the only thing I don't know. I sympathize for those people and I feel bad for them, but it could never be me.
But literally, like,
never be me.
Being hateful is way more energy. Just not giving a fuck.
It is.
It just doesn't baffles me. But anti-Semitism, it
thumbs
ain't living
down.
Over here. Fuck y'all.
Thumbs
suck.
Down. And it's been really prevalent now, and I think it's really important that we touch on it because it's affected a lot of people. It's had a rise recently, and I don't understand it.
I don't understand. You're all believing in a higher power. It's literally, if you look at the history of all religions, it's all the same fucking God.
Right.
Just a different name.
It is.
And different practices within the religion. So I'm just like...
It's all the same.
Shut the fuck up.
They're just arguing about details now at this point. Anyway, we'll continue on.
It's so stupid. I don't understand people. But yeah. Okay. Like, let me find out someone doesn't to my homeboy know I'm going to fuck everybody up. Anyways, on to the next one. So those are your two recommendations: Love and Death and Obsession.
Obsession on Netflix. Love and Death on HBO.
So we got a little thread for you, and this is very like prominent in life. What was your biggest I need to make money moment?
Getting into a car accident and not being able to work and realizing how I should have been saving the whole time. Money now.
I'm living that shit right now. Fuck me. Mm-hmm. That's why podcast Cash App name will be down here. If you want to see feet pics, I got you, bitch. My toes, my piggies, they're adorable.
Mine are long, so if you're into long toes, hit me up.
We got you, bitch. But yes,
we got diversity over here.
Again, Captain Save a Hose on deck. Sponsorship is needed. Let's go. All right, so I found this on Instagram, and it's just funny as fuck. The moment you know you need to start making money is when Arizona iced tea is no longer a fucking $1, bitch.
Yeah. No, I've had some moments. Where it's been crunch time, where I've had to get in the car and do some Uber Eats. I don't live like that anymore. I plan and I save.
I don't.
And I'm doing better.
I'm looking.
Well, you also have a house. I don't.
Yeah, I'm looking for plasma, bitch.
Things
Where the
are
fuck
different.
Are you at? I need to start giving plasma or some
shit.
Give
plasma. You can make bank off giving plasma. And they give you a card. You don't smoke weed, so you could totally give plasma. I couldn't because I smoke weed. Otherwise, I'd be doing it.
How much money do you get?
The first time, usually it's like double what the price. They'll give you specials. When you're like a first timer doing it, they pay you like triple. So it's like $150. And then maybe by the end, after doing it a couple times, it'll be like $60 a session. And you get a card, like a debit card. You can pay bills with it and stuff. But then you also be feeling like you're going to...
I already fucking feel that.
Pass out.
Wanting to move out after any inconvenience.
Me today.
Facts. Me, every single time I live with my brother and my mom.
Yeah. Right now I'm in the transition of trying to buy a property with my parents. So I'm living with my parents. Today was just one of those days where I was like, I wish I was living by myself.
Fuck all the planning. Bitch, that was me when I was waiting to buy this house. I was living with my dad. And his wife just hates me. So I was just like, I can't wait till I find a house and bump the fuck out. I was like this fucking close to just calling Eric, yo, you want to jump in a lease together? Because I'm over this shit.
Yeah, but you just got to keep going.
Girl, yes. And now here I am by myself. Don't come kill me. I got cameras. When my husband, now ex, changed the locks on me.
That's when my dad always says, don't be laying down with some dirty niggas.
So true.
That's literally because if you lay down with people that'll do shit like that to you, all you can think about when that's going on is that, damn, I knew I shouldn't have been doing this. Now, if you're with somebody that completely flips and goes psycho and like loves you for 6 months and then all of a sudden locks you out, that's different. But if you know that somebody is like, maybe doesn't have any income, is always asking you for money, you know, somebody that's already trifling, like you knew that this nigga would lock you out. Kind of vibes.
Disrespectful. You ain't paying no motherfucking bills and you got the audacity to lock me out?
I'd be right there with the police because, as you know, if you live somewhere for a couple months, it's technically your residence and they have to give you a certain amount of time to kick you out. I
know that way too fucking close. Fuck the damn law. Ooh.
But it works in your favor with that.
Oh, yeah. It was quick. Same day. Okay. Bye. When McDonald's starts charging for dips, y'all Starbies out here no longer. They're going to charge for light ice. They're going to charge for no water. They're going to charge for some extra shit, which they already fucking do.
It's already $9 for a drink. It's going to be $15. And you hoes will still come and get it.
When I couldn't afford to buy my mom a Mother's Day present, so she had to pay.
I would never do that.
That's trifling. At that point, you know you ain't got no money. Why you telling your mom that you're gonna get her some shit?
Go to the dollar store. That's what I used to do when I was in high school and shit. Get my mom some candy, a big bag of like her favorite candy. I get my mom something every Mother's Day, every Valentine's Day, I don't do it on Easter or St. Patrick's Day.
Are you even Irish?
We thought we were for our whole lives, and then we found out we were Polish. My grandmother got dementia and started leaking the secrets that when they came over to America, they lied.
That's a secret?
They changed their last name. Well, we were Jewish. I'm not practicing religion Jewish, but my family was in Poland and they were Jewish. So when they came to America, they lied and changed their last name.
Oh.
Yeah. So they lied and said they were Irish. And then we found out my cousin is really into genealogy and he found our whole family.
Did he do 23andMe?
No, he was, before any of that came out, he was doing like real research. I was like 10. Yeah, and he was doing real research and he found our other half of the family from Poland that lived in America. And we had a family reunion with them. We had never met them our whole lives. And I flew to Wisconsin to meet all of them.
Did you look like any of them?
Bitch, they're white.
Your fucking point?
Kind of. Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
I know for facts the only like shit I'm gonna find out is probably some incest bullshit.
Side eye.
I'm pretty sure we don't have incest, but I can see some type of family.
Girl, don't be throwing incest on your family.
I don't think we do, but I'm just saying we don't, because my cousin's also into genealogy, and she found out. So the way my mom's life is, she has a half brother because it was from her father's first marriage, and her half brother is my cousin's father. So she's technically my half. Huh? So my cousin Rosa.
So your cousin and your mom slept with the same man?
No.
I missed something.
My mom is her aunt. She's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, I'm not even full Puerto Rican. Like, I'm not even literally half Puerto Rican.
You're Dominican too, right?
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican Dominican because my dad's Dominican. My mom's Puerto Rican. But I forgot my mom's not full Puerto Rican.
Oh.
Because my grandmother is half Spanish, like from Spain, and half French.
Oh, wow.
Completely forgot about this shit.
Wow.
And then my mom's father, he's the Puerto Rican. So she's a third Puerto Rican, a third Spanish, and a third French.
Wow.
So we're descendants from the European side.
Right.
Completely forgot about this shit because
That's why you're so pale and pasty.
Honey, don't get me started. These legs cannot go tanning.
No, they can't. They'll blind you in the sun.
I forget that my grandmother isn't Puerto Rican because her family fled from Spain because something was happening, and they moved down to Puerto Rico. They were like one of the early settlers with the Taino clans and stuff that. So my cousin told me all this stuff. I forgot that she wasn't Puerto Rican because she was born in Puerto Rico. She lived in Puerto Rico her whole entire life, but she's not a lick of Taino. She's full European. So I was like, oh shit.
That's really cool. It'd be interesting to know that history. You know, I just learned from my dad that my like great-great-grandmother was like a slave, or like people in her family were still slaves while she was growing up. And I'm like, it'd be so interesting to know like what that was like. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we have so much disconnection from like, and that wasn't even that long ago. It's not. We were in Mississippi. We have so much disconnection. Like it's like, we don't know anything from that. It feels like a lifetime ago
growing up that segregation was like in the 1950s.
But my grandmother was still,
my
grandmother, who unfortunately passed away, was alive during Jim Crow era. Yeah. Like that's not even that long ago. My dad literally, when he was going to school, they were desegregating his community, and he was getting bused to the white schools. That was in the late 70s.
That's wild.
That just happened in the late 70s.
That's wild.
And you think it's so long ago, but it's not.
It feels long ago.
But it's really not that long ago.
It's not, because in certain states, they're bringing Jim Crow back. Be aware. Just saying. Back to the thread.
Back to the thread.
When I went on holiday and dreaded coming back to reality. That's literally every fucking body. I don't have a budget when I'm on holiday.
Oh, not me. I'm ready to go home.
No, I have no budget. I'm here to live my fucking life, because when I come back home, it's nothing but work.
No, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go back to America, sleep in my bed, go to Taco Bell.
You're so weird. I don't
get a Bud Light. Not a Bud Light. I don't drink Bud Light. I drink like a Rolling Rock, or like a Yingling, or like a PBR. Is that
like native to Wisconsin or some shit?
PBRs are.
What's a Rolling Rock?
Rolling Rock are those green cans with the right. It's just cheap beer that goes down easy. Oh. Love Rolling Rock. But if I had to get fancier, Stella's or Blue Moons.
That's disgusting.
I love Stella's.
Stella's was disgusting.
Stella is so good. And the Stella ciders are so good. Beer in Wisconsin is amazing. They think they have Magic Hat. I like Voodoo from Louisiana.
I like German style beers.
Oh, have you had that orange German beer?
I think so, yeah.
It's like got orange juice in it or something. It's really good. You can get it at Publix. We need to go to Kops. Kops is the best custard in the world. We need to go Sully's, which is the best butter burger. Fuck
I think your father told me about Kops when I went for Thanksgiving.
So much good food, so much good Mexican food. There's a lot of immigrants that go to Chicago and Wisconsin. The tacos are like $3. You got to have your whole party there when you're seating. Otherwise, they'll make you sit outside. They don't fuck around. Can't order a cup of water. You got to order a bottle. They've been open. That place has been open since my parents were dating. They used to go there when they were dating in the 80s.
See, they, along with iced tea, the Arizona, they ain't never gonna fucking change. Fucking $3.
Yep. They were like, when I was there after COVID, they're like, in order for us not to raise our prices, like we're doing all this different stuff. And they have this beef taco that has it's stewed beef with potatoes in it. And it's incredible. I know it probably sounds weird, but it tastes, it's like, imagine having a roast, like a pot roast taco. Ooh. Like it's so good. That's what but Mexican style, you know?
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I would love to go there. I need to hit it
Yeah,
up.
we gotta go.
Okay, so I have an Am I the Asshole? That was the last one, by the way, the last thread that I had. But I have an Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
It's so good. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that he doesn't own my house? That's the title.
Okay.
So I inherited my childhood home, a 3-bedroom after my mother passed away 5 years ago, along with a good chunk of cash. I live in that house right now, not to brag, but it's a beautiful home. Now, I have a half brother. We will call him Blake. We share the same father, also dead. Blake is a deadbeat. Can't keep a job, jumps from relationship to relationships, makes excuses, and blames everyone else for his problems. Just not a really good guy. But with my parents gone, he's my only family I have left. So I try to make it work. He's been living with me a year and a half now after getting kicked out of his own apartment for not paying rent. Fucking bum. He went and got his newest girlfriend knocked up and decided that meant they needed to get married right away. They got married at our local courthouse. Now, I agreed to have her move in. She's carrying my niece or nephew after all. It's been 3 months since they got married and she moved in. She's been rude, demanding, and just outright the worst the whole entire time. Originally, I chalked it up to being pregnant. But then one day she came up to me and tells me that I have to move out. I'm confused and ask what the hell is she talking about? She goes on how the baby's coming. It's time I leave as they need the space. I tell her she has no right to kick me out of my own house. She comments that since she married my brother, the house is part hers now too. And it's weird to have her husband's brother living with you and her kid. I realized that she thought my brother owned at least part of the house. I explained that she and my brother were in fact living with me, not the other way around, letting her know I fully own it and my brother has no rights to it and neither does she. She goes quiet and runs off. Pendeja. When my brother comes home, they get into a huge fight and she leaves to go to her mother's. My brother's mad at me for telling her the truth. Honestly, up until this point, I thought she knew. Now, my brother claims he didn't tell her he owned it. She knew the house was inherited, and since we're brothers, she assumed he owned half. He just never corrected her. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that he didn't own the house?
No, you didn't know. You'd be an asshole if your brother told you not to say anything and you did. Or if you guys had a conversation. You know what I mean?
The fucking audacity, though.
Well, she didn't know.
But that's besides the point. The fact that you feel the need that you can tell me, even if we did own this house mutually part and part, to tell me I need to fucking move.
Well, they are family. I wonder, this is his side of the story, if it really went down that way. Did it go down in the way where think about it, they're all family now. Did it go down in the way where it was explained, or did it go down the way where she thought? What if the conversation got to, we'll buy you out?
It didn't mention that, but it sounds like
based
but based off the conversation, she assumed that they owned the house together.
Well, only thing she did wrong was assume.
That's what you get.
But she's not that far in the wrong.
But in the wrong to be like,
if she thought that was partially his and I don't know. That's
what gets me is this type of behavior, you being a bum ass. This ain't new.
He's a bum though, not her.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so it seems like he was bamboozling her.
But
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if he can't keep a job or whatever,
but what if she doesn't know that? They got married right away. What if he's lying to her?
Girl,
I'm just saying, a bum will lie. He sounds like a bum.
He is a bum.
So
for God's sake,
I'm always team woman. I'm not going to be on the right of.
She's a dumb bitch. For being entitled.
She's not a dumb bitch.
Yes, she is.
She made an assumption.
But this is the thing. Even if her assumption was correct, where they did own half of it, who the fuck do you think you are to tell me I gotta leave my house, half of my house, just because you have a baby coming on the way? Maybe you should bump the fuck out because you are the one growing and you want your own place.
Well, I agree with that, but I also think that the conversation could have, with his response, maybe she would have said something like, "Can we buy you out of the house?" or something like that.
But she probably knew she ain't got the money that's the reason why she's kicking you out.
Yeah, that's true.
She ain't got the money to buy nobody out.
Not, for me, it's not really her, it's the brother.
Oh, for real. The brother for facts is all 100% to blame.
Yeah.
But the gall to think, oh, now that I'm having a baby and I'm here, you need to bump out.
Right. But the brother's not in the wrong for telling her that that's not his house.
Oh, for facts, no. Because you should have done this yourself.
You should have done that yourself. And now your girl is pregnant and living with her mom. Thumbs down. I'm sick of people that are having kids thinking they have more priority. Because you decided to have a baby doesn't mean it's my fault.
Don't get me started on that bullshit. I remember when I lived with my father and we lived in the same complex as my brother and stuff like that. He asked me for his baby mama's birthday to watch the kids. Mind you, my brother has 3 kids, twins, and the oldest, they were all under the age of, I think, 3 or 2. The audacity. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I can watch the babies. When are you coming back? We don't know what time we're coming back. I'm like, that's not going to work.
What are you getting, a fucking hotel? You need to give me 2 hours or you need to start paying me.
Girl. And I was just like, okay, well, my bedtime's 11. He was just like laughing. I'm like, you think I'm funny? I'm not. My bedtime's 11. You need to be home by 11. Guess what time they came in?
2:00.
Yeah.
Knew it.
I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Have consideration for the person watching your fucking kids.
My sister would never.
My mom calls him up. You need to come over here. Your kids are screaming their heads off and it's 3:00 in the morning. I'm too tired for this shit. Come home now. And they left like around 10:00. The audacity. What the hell do you think this is?
What were they doing at the strip club?
She was going to the bar.
At 3, the bar is not even open. What do you guys got, a bottle and you're chilling at somebody's crib?
Probably.
Bring your ass home. You have kids. You can't live that life.
You don't have that lifestyle no more. You a mom.
Sorry, maybe
girl.
You shouldn't have had kids. Maybe you shouldn't have trapped somebody.
Just saying. She said it, I didn't. But that audacity, I was just like, don't ever ask me to do anything for you again. And
couldn't be me.
And his thing is, it wasn't just his thing. It was him, my sister, and everyone's thing. Like, well, you don't have no kids. So I don't know what your problem is. I don't have no kids. That's my problem. I'm watching your fucking kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
And I hate the whole niece, nephew, you have to kind of stuff. Like, I thoroughly love my niece to death. Like, she's one of my best friends. I love spending time with her and stuff like that. But I don't like being guilt tripped into doing anything. My sister doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. She takes it or leaves it. And she always asks me politely. And she is never going to leave me high and dry. You know what I mean?
I don't have a relationship with my nieces and nephews. And I don't care to.
You should care.
No.
Yes. I care so much about my niece and everything that she has going on.
No, I'm okay.
But maybe that's because I've literally known her since I was 17 years old. Like, she was born when I was 17.
I mean, that could be the case. I don't know. I'm very close with her. I was never with the nieces and nephews.
So it's different.
Yeah, I wasn't there day in, day out.
I was there when she was born, and I've been there every single day since.
No, not me. Can't relate.
Yeah. It's really special. She's great. She's a great little smarty, small, tiny human.
But your niece, she's funny.
She is funny. She's character. She loves you too. Really? She loves you. Yeah. She's a character.
Her niece, when we went over to her parents' Thanksgiving, her niece is a baker. She baked me, well, not just me specifically, but she baked the family a red velvet cake.
And coconut cupcakes, and she made homemade whipped cream, and she spent all morning doing that.
So
she wanted to do it for her grandpa and her family. She's just literally the sweetest kid ever.
She's a pure joy.
She's pure.
Gorgeous. I loved it.
And she looks just like me. She looks like my child. Yeah. She looks like my child.
But no, like, she's a great baker. But I was just like...
No, she really is.
She was just like, which one do you want? I'm like, can I not have both? Yeah, you can have both.
She's such a girl's girl. I love her. I'm raising her to be such a girl's girl. My sister's raising her to be such a girl's girl. She's the best ever.
Yeah.
She really is. She's a good kid.
But that's just the type of person I am. Like, I've never been a person to be overly attentive to my family. Like,
right.
I've never...
Well, they were never supportive. Maintain that relationship with you to bring that side out of you, and your friends have, and that's why you're like that with your friends.
Like, I've noticed that even in my parents' relationships, like, when they moved over here, both of my parents are in essence immigrants. Right. My father moved from Dominican Republic up here with his extended family, but all his immediate family were still down in Dominican Republic growing up.
Right.
My mother, she's not really an immigrant because they're in Puerto Rico or whatever.
Right, but
she lived
culturally, it's very different.
Yeah, she lived in Florida by herself.
Right.
So both of my parents depended on the family aspects of their friends.
Right.
So I grew up a lot with my play cousins. Like,
right.
That's just how it is. So with my actual blood family, I have no relationship towards you because we grew up in such different countries and with lack of communications, I have no relationship towards you. So I tend to favor, I think that's where I got the example that your friends are your chosen family. And if you're not close to your blood family, it's okay. Because now, as an adult, 28 years old, I'm not close to my blood family. I also don't lose sleep over not having a relationship with them because I know, in my instance, family was never...
You can make family whatever you want to make family out of.
And I just so happen to have most of my bond with my friends.
Right. And
with their kids and things like that.
I didn't get that because I moved around so much. I moved from Wisconsin to Melbourne to Orlando to Pittsburgh to Orlando again. So I never got those long... I get sad sometimes when I hear people that have had a friend since they were 5 years old because I don't have that.
Yeah.
I never got to experience that. My immediate family is what's the most important. And my friends are just as important to me as my immediate family, the friends that I have now. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't always like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And relationships that I have with family members, like since I moved so much, I didn't live where my family is from, which is Wisconsin and Montana and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I lost a lot of relationships with them. Like me and my grandmother, we're not close. You know what I mean? Which is sad. Me and my grandfather aren't close. Those things are sad to me, but there's nothing I can really do about it.
Yeah.
But like with my uncle, who's been working for my father with me, we've gotten closer because we've been able to spend more time together. And I'm starting to realize how important those things are. And like, I call my aunt more. Mm-hmm. And me and my uncle drove back from Tampa for 2 hours and just talked about politics for 2 hours, and I got to know him better. And it's just like, with everybody it's different, but you pick your people. Whether they're related to you or they're not, you still pick your people. Yeah. I'm not close with everybody in my family. I have cousins that live down the street from me that have lived down the street from me for years that I don't see. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have that type of relationship. I don't think I've ever had that type of relationship because if I did, maybe things would be different. Right. But I've always had a stronger bond with my sibling. Like, not my sibling, with my friends. So it doesn't really bother me when I don't have a relationship with my blood nieces and nephews. And I don't think of it as strange or weird that I see Nathalie's daughter as my niece.
No, like, it's not strange or weird. If you had a kid, I would see it as my niece. And if I had a kid, I'm sure you would see it as your niece or nephew. Like, I don't see, we're very close.
Exactly. Like, I don't see your niece as my niece, but I kind of see her as a cousin.
As family. Exactly. Just so like how my sister loves you and you know what I mean? Like everything is, you pick your people that you want to be close with and have those relationships with. You want to nurture and that are important to you and that you integrate with your family if you want to. Like, I've met your family. I've met your mom. Yeah. I've met your brother. I've met your, what is she technically to you? Your sister-in-law?
I don't know.
I've met people in your family. So you integrate those relationships when you know that people are important in your life. You know what I mean? Like, I would never have some dusty, crusty, random friend over for Thanksgiving. Holidays are very important in my family, and Nathalia is always welcome to our any holiday that we have because she's so important to our family.
I'll be there on Thanksgiving with my coquito and my arroz con gandules.
What you love?
I got you, Denzel. But no, like, I don't know. It's never been a thing for me to have a strong relationship with my family or to.
And that's okay.
It's going to sound sad to put them as priority over my friends.
That's okay, though. When people show you the place that they're supposed to be in your life, then you move accordingly. Yeah. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Beg them?
I used to be sad. I used to cry. I used to put all the effort into the world. But then when I figured out you're not putting the same effort, it's just like, okay, well, then I'm leaving you. Because this is like a second job.
Have around you, too. And it's like, I'd rather put effort into that.
I don't know them enough to be like, oh, I miss them.
Right. And with relationships like that, sometimes it's really not about your niece and nephew. It's about the person.
It's about the parent.
It's about the parent.
It's about the parent.
That is affecting that relationship. And it goes both ways. You're not the only person that is the reason that you don't have a relationship with your niece and your nephew. Yeah. You're not the only person. You're not even the main person.
I'm literally a sideliner.
So what are you supposed to say? I care so much and my heart's bleeding. No,
I'm not
you're going to say, what am I supposed to do about it?
Some people would be like, oh, I don't care about the parent. This is my niece or this is my nephew. I want to speak to them. I'm not that person. I'm not going to push boundaries at the end of the day.
That's how I am, I think, because I have such a close relation with my niece. I literally watched her since she was a small baby, change her diapers, fed her bottles. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, because my sister was doing it by herself. My sister's a single mother. Mm-hmm. So it's a little different. You know what I mean? I literally used to drive around with her in the back of the car while I'd be hanging out with my friends when I was 17.
But then it's, again, goes back to that you have that close relationship with your sister.
Right. But that has been something that we had to nurture too, because we're 10 years apart. So we never had a lot of stuff in common growing up. Yeah. So we had to nurture that relationship. Where our relationship's really strong right now, but that's because of the work that we've done together as sisters, you know, to make because we wanted to. Yeah. You know?
Sometimes I catch myself like saying it out loud. I'm like, oh my God, people are going to think I'm a fucking selfish bitch. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I truly don't care. Sorry, not sorry. To me, like I value the connection more than I value the blood or whatever. If you're not serving me in terms of giving me the positive vibes that I give you or showing me the same support that you request from me, I'm not going to pursue anything with you. I'm like, okay, we know what this relationship is. You're using me and I'm not going to be here for you anymore. So it's just like, damn, that sounds like a you problem. Don't try to guilt trip me. This is your niece, this is your nephew. I don't give a fuck. I don't know them. Right. They're 3 years old. I don't know shit about them. Like, yeah, I was there for them when they grew up, like when they were born, but okay.
We haven't maintained a relationship.
They are strangers to me. Mm-hmm. But then my siblings or my family would be like, well, you don't act that way with Nathalie's daughter. Nathalie's daughter is my niece. Natalie is my sister. What the fuck are you talking about? Mm-hmm. I have a closer bond with her because I guess like how you are. I seen Natalie throughout her pregnancy. I wasn't there when the baby was born, but I knew about her birth.
Right,
I was invested.
You were there for all of those important moments, which makes it very different. Yeah. At least for me, because I can understand like, okay, like I'm so close with my aunt and uncle still because they were there. And they were there for when I was born, when I had all my first moments. You know what I mean? They were there for all those things. So I feel like that's why our relationship is so close. They were a really integral part of my life when I lived in Wisconsin. Yeah. You know? So that's why my aunt called me last week and we were on the phone for 2 hours. Yeah. You know? We don't see each other all the time.
That's how I feel with my godmother. My godmother, again, family, friend, chosen as family. Mm-hmm. I talk to her more than I talk to my aunts in Puerto Rico, my mother. Like, how? I talk to my godmother more than I talk to my parents and to my aunts who are blood. Because she
sometimes blood ain't thicker than water.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And that's, I don't get where people was just like, how can you not talk to your parents? How can you not talk to your siblings? Easy, bitch. I don't know you.
It's different. Everybody's situation's different. Yeah. I could never imagine that, but I grew up very different than a lot of people. That's something that I'm starting to realize too. But what I appreciate about our friendship that I don't like in a lot of other relationships is you don't let what you have going on with your family affect me being happy about my family. Yeah.
I like it. I like being invited to your family.
You don't let, and some people, they get upset with you for having a happy family. Mm-hmm. But how am I the bad person for having a happy family? You know what I mean?
Exactly. If anything, I'm going to want to be included, and I'm thankful you include me too. Right. Like, I don't understand.
But not everybody's like that. Everybody's trauma is different. Everybody's for some people it's triggering.
But a lot of people in those instances, they just have a chip on their shoulder. Me, I don't have a chip on my shoulder. It is what it is. Right. I've accepted that my family dynamic is vastly different from your family. Right. Vastly different from my friend Zach's family, who also, I'm assuming, I'm speaking for them, love me like a daughter because they invite me to their family outing. So it's just like, I'm not going to hate on your family dynamic. If anything, I'm not envious, but I definitely want to strive to it in my own personal life to be able to have that. And if I do have kids, give that to them and things like that. I don't understand people who have that chip on their shoulder to be mad at somebody else's
situation,
good fortunes.
Right.
Why would I want my friend to hurt? That makes no sense.
Right.
Are we really friends if I want you to be in pain?
Right.
That doesn't make no sense.
Exactly. And it's hard for somebody that has had good things to like maybe understand that could affect somebody. Like I never really realized that would even be a thing, that somebody would be, that would affect somebody. Like me having a family that isn't divorced, or, you know, parents that still love each other, that still live together, and like we go and we do stuff together. I never thought that would hurt people, but other people's trauma is different. And some people, it's to hear them talk about how amazing your family is can affect them. And I never, you know?
Yeah, but me, again, if I don't get the good emotions from my personal life, I want to live vicariously through others. I'm like, I'm so happy for y'all. Like, yeah, there will be days where I'm like really struggling, and then I hear you got blessed with something. I'm like, well, damn, must be fucking nice. But at the end of the day, I don't have malice towards it. It just reminds me that I'm missing or
and when I
lacking
hear about all
that.
the things that you're going through, I think about how strong you are. You know? So we each learn things from each other as friends. And we each get to soak in experiences from each other. And
exactly. So it's just like the world's a fucked up place. Like,
we might as well be happy for each other. It's so fucked up out here. We might as well be happy for our friends and our family.
It's easy. The world's already against you.
Right.
Why have a person in your life you consider a friend be part of that as well?
Right, exactly. It doesn't have to be like that. Oh, our friend's having a bachelorette party, and I am going to be feral the house down boots.
We're going down.
I'm talking.
We're going to play that game.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to be the drunkest? I think
it's probably going to be me, is what everybody's going to vote.
Girl.
Once I get it in me, it's over with.
I'm just trying not to mix.
I'm just kidding. It might be Emily. Jacqueline.
It needs to be Emily because she's the bachelorette.
It needs to be.
It can't be anybody else. If
I can picture us all like, woo!
If it's Eric, we're throwing him in the pool.
Yeah.
This is not your day, bitch. This is not your fucking day.
Yep.
You just might die because I'm not taking care of you. Okay, guys. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay, then. Again, I forgot. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell just so you are aware of when we're having some good ass time and a new episode is up. And for everyone who is listening on the podcast, thank you so much. I see what you guys be downloading. Thank you. But also, please hit that subscribe, follow button wherever you need to do. It helps out tremendously so I can get some money. And yeah, I shall see you soon.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. I'll be back.
What?
I'll be back.
Oh, they said, oh, yeah. I'm like,
no,
what the fuck?
I'll be back. And then I threw up a peace sign.
She will be, but
I'll be back.
Bye.
Bye.